Photoshop CS6 also made some improvements to patterns. I've opened this bricks image, and I'm going to use my rectangular marquee tool to make a selection of some of the bricks in the photo. In the past, the patterns that you filled with in Photoshop were very linear and didn't have much randomization, which made them look pretty fake. If I choose Edit, Define Pattern, I'll call this Bricks 1 and click OK, and I'm going to use these bricks as a web page background. So I will choose File, New. I'll go to, instead of the default Photoshop size, the web preset, and I'll leave it on 1024 by 768, and I'll click OK. If you choose Edit, Fill, I can use the pattern that I just defined. And when I select the pattern, the last one you added should be automatically in the list. It even tells me my width and height, and then it's in RGB. We used to just get a few of these, but now we have many more options with patterns. In fact, you can load patterns, or at the bottom of these, you could pull in artist surfaces and others. I always hit Append to add them to the end. But for this example, I'm just going to choose my bricks, and instead of clicking OK, I clicked Away in the dialog, and I'll show you what it did before CS6. If I hit OK, I just get a solid pattern of the area I selected. But if I come back to Edit, Fill, and I turn on Scripted Patterns, I can select a brick fill. And when I hit OK, it randomizes. So now you see it varied color, it varied texture. If I come back to the original bricks shot and just pick one singular brick of this darker red color and choose Edit, Define Pattern, I'll call this Brick 02, come back to my web mockup, choose Edit, Fill, leave it on Pattern, select the last one in the list. The last one is always the one you've just added, and leave it on Brick Fill and hit OK. It even varied the color and the texture, giving more depth, a more realistic look, more shape and dimension to your patterns. And there are lots of other tricks with patterns, lightening the opacity of the edges to make these blend, or I can just try Edit, Fill, and play with a few of the other scripts. There's a cross weave, and I'll leave it on the same pattern, and it actually made a stitched brick background. Edit, Fill, you could play with the spiral, with the random, with the symmetry, but I'll just show a few of these for the sake of argument. Spiral is really fun also. So these are all brand new, those scripted patterns, and included with Photoshop CS6. You simply start by making a selection of anything that has a neat texture or background and choosing Edit, Define Pattern. Give this a try with some of your own photos.